Now, going over to the business blunder of the day, you have Super Micro stock crashed about 24% when it turns out they can't actually give sales figures or say that when they could accurately report them, which is not good. Super Micro is basically the Walmart brand of servers, which is where the cloud magically lives. Remember, there's no such thing as the cloud; it's just someone else's computer. In this case, it's x86 architecture, or rack mount computer glorified, that you put all these types of applications on. Now, I say the Walmart brand because no one pays for the Supermicro logo. Not that there's anything wrong with the company, but they're known for being the off-brand server. The major server manufacturers traditionally would be like Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, Dell, as well as Lenovo. Those would be kind of the biggest players on average when you think about who has the greatest market share of servers in the data centers. Now, Supermicro, they're growing exponentially because they're basically the lowest price point, so that's why they are very attractive for a lot of purchasers. But now, well, they've had some scandals and their stock has crashed. I mean, I think it peaked about $1,000 per share. Because again, the AI boom, you need the servers. It's not just the graphics cards, the GPUs. They have to go somewhere, and they go into these servers, into the racks, into the data centers. Now, look at their stock. It's crashed. I mean, again, this news is 24%, but look at the past month. It's crashed like a rock. And again, none of this is financial advice. Stocks are always 2020, and everyone wishes they bought NVIDIA stock years ago because and they shot up like a rocket. Now, in the past month, it's down 41.92%, currently trading for $22.77 per share. Now, going to quartz.com, they say, quote, Supermicro computer stock bleeds 24% after it can't even say when it will post actual earnings. Yeah. They say, quote, shares of the AI hardware maker hit a 52-week low after reported unaudited quarterly results because of an auditor quit. Yeah. Now, again, when you become these large companies, it's standard procedure. Again, if publicly traded, it's not just your internal accounting department, signing off on things, but it's also third-party auditors to give, well, basically have an oversight and signal to investors. It has a stamp of approval. And if you make a mistake, you go out of business, like Arthur Andersen being, I think, the other Enron's auditor. And again, that all it takes is one bad instance to discreetly demolish your reputation. Now, this article comes to us thanks to Vinmarata Chaturvedi, who's a writer over there. Here you can see the iconic Supermicro logo. Diving into the article, they say, quote, Supermicro Computer Inc. shares plummeted more than 24% after the AI hardware company released a disappointing preliminary first quarter report. Now, it's funny, they say the AI hardware manufacturer. This basically, not to talk smack about servers, and again, they are important, but I always like to tell people, in terms of a metaphor, it's kind of like the frame and body of a car. And I would say like something like Intel or AMD is a processor or the engine of the car. And debatably, you could maybe say the hybrid engine, or you could say maybe the hybrid engine or the electric engine in it, and the transmission could be correlated maybe to the GPU or the graphics card, something to that effect. So again, they're making an important part of it, but in terms of overall architecture, it is one of the more simpler components. Not that engineering isn't important, and they have some exceptional employees over there, but I think it's funny they keep saying it's an AI hardware company, which again it is, but let's not get carried away here. They say, quote, they released a disappointing preliminary first quarter reports and failed to confirm a timeline for its actual first quarter results, which, again, that's what makes or breaks companies, especially when they're publicly traded. People are going to buy and sell that stock based on those news, and people want to know when those sales are in. And now they're saying, oh yeah, well, no one will actually have a third party confirm this, which is pretty rudimentary to say the least. They say the San Jose-based company, which missed the deadline for filing its annual report, is also facing a potential NASDAQ delisting, which, yeah, when you're not, they're definitely not stable like they used to be. And once you have some of these unscrupulous activities, that's when they also start to take that magnifying glass and examine the company. Should you be here? They say, quote, the company reported unaudited quarterly results on Tuesday after the market closed, leading to a sharp sell-off. This development follows a recent resignation of its auditor, Ernst & Young, or EY, as most people call them on the streets. Well, Wall Street, not the, Sesame Street. Say, quote, which departed last week, citing disagreements over Supermicro's governance practices and board independence. The stock traded near $21, marking a fresh 52-week low compared to its March peak of $123. Prices plunged 82%, erasing $55 billion in value, just gone. For the quarter ending in September 30, Supermicro reported net sales between $5.9 billion and $6 billion, falling short of the analyst expectations with forecasted $6.45 billion. Company's forecast for December quarter also fell short of expectations. Its projected revenue between $5.5 billion to $6.1 billion, which is below the consensus estimates of analysts at $6.86 billion. Additionally, Supermicro expects adjusted earnings per share to range from 56 cents to 65 cents, while analysts had anticipated 83 cents per share. Ooh, that's rough. Now they say the company has no mention of Ernst & Young's departure, but they noted that they are looking for a new auditor. And this is confirmed by Charles Liang, who is the CEO. They said it's important to note that the company has not reported the audited finances since May, which, again, right now you're trusting the company, which, again, these days, these large companies, I was going to say most often, every time when you're a large publicly traded company, you have third-party auditors to give it a stamp of approval. And obviously, not just do that, you actually look over the documents and confirm it as well. That gives a signal to Wall Street and all the investors that, hey, we've green stamped or a green light and rubber stamp this documentation to confirm it's authentic. Oh, geez. Now let's talk about Supermicro has close ties to NVIDIA. The company makes hardware that supports AI applications. Again, the NVIDIA graphics cards go into the Supermicro rack mount server. They say they thrived during the past year because the AI, and it entered the Fortune 500 at number 498 as a key partner and reseller of NVIDIA's GPUs and components. Supermicro integrates technologies into servers that support AI workloads. We also know that Supermicro CEO Charles Liang and NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang are both Taiwanese immigrants and have a long-standing relationship. So they're hoping that'll help. But again, the fact that, again, it's a big red flag for investors losing your auditor and not having another one Johnny on the spot, which, again, that's very hard to win that trust. And I mean, obviously, that's why the stock is failing. It's not just sales. Don't get me wrong. Missing sales as it's to expectations, that does cause the stock decrease. I would say maybe 10 or 12%. It's hard to ballpark. It does depend on how much you lose. But the fact that they lost their auditor and they still don't have a new one, to me, that's the bigger issue right now. That's causing some people to lose so much confidence in Supermicro. Like I say, the fact that Supermicro, not just missed their sales, but the fact that they lost their auditor, they still don't have a new one. Like I say, Supermicro, that is certainly the business blunder of the day. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.